Welcome back to Tech Talks. The next topic in our Maven series is why do we need Maven? In our previous topic, we have discussed what is Maven, its background, who has developed it, what role does Maven play in a developer's life, and the different advantages that Maven offer. And today we are here so as to discuss about why do we need Maven. Now we have a lot of questions popping up. Why do I need Maven when I have Eclipse for Java projects? Why should I add dependencies manually? What if tomorrow I'm working on a project with huge number of dependencies? Can I automate the entire build process of my project? So guys, one thing that we have to remember is that Maven is a build tool, whereas Eclipse is an integrated development environment. So people who are new to this platform would be confused as to why do we need Maven when we have Eclipse. Maven is nothing to do with the development or writing code or your compilation or your execution. Maven is all about a build management tool, whereas Eclipse is an integrated development environment which lets you to write your code, compile it, execute it, and also test. Now, why should I add dependencies manually? Yes, when you are creating a project and trying to build your project without a build tool, you would have to add your dependencies manually, which are nothing but your external jar files. So now, why do we need Maven? What if tomorrow I'm working on a project with huge number of dependencies? Just imagine a situation wherein you have to add 100 or 150 jar files manually. Isn't it a pain? You are developing your code, which is your responsibility, but adding each and every single jar manually, that is a tough job. And I think that is where we should think about we need Maven. And this question answers it all. The last and the foremost important question is, can I automate the entire build process of my project? Yes, you can. You can using the Maven build tool. And this is why we need Maven. Need for Maven. Now, this is all about what we have discussed. Maven is chiefly used for Java-based projects, helping to download dependencies, which refers to the libraries or jar files. The tool helps get the right jar files for each project, as there may be different versions of separate packages. Now, normally when we don't use Maven, we go to the respective open source platforms, download the jar files from there, save them in our local directories in our local machines. Then when we create our project, we do the configure build path and then add each of these jars externally. But when you finally deploy your project, there might be issues wherein the version of your code doesn't match with the jar file that you have downloaded. And that would really be a headache because you have done all this process manually and you will have to go through all the pain. If it's 1 or 2 jars, that must not make you feel, much pain. But when you are working with a project wherein 100 to 150 or, more than that, the number of dependencies are more, the number of jar files required are more, it would be a very painful process, which is actually not part of your job. So Maven has made the life of a developer easier by bringing in this automation process of adding the dependencies. So it's a developer that mentions the kind of dependency that the project needs. And Maven takes care of downloading it from the right marketplace. What Maven does, it makes the project easy to build. It provides uniform build process. Now that this Maven project can be shared by all the Maven projects. If you guys are aware or familiar working with Eclipse IDE, there are few projects that are given to you in the form of zip files. And when you have your Eclipse IDE ready, you can just import them as existing Maven projects. So that when you import the project in your local IDE, it already possesses all the Maven features, the properties, and hence you need not go through the pain of adding the jar files that the project requires. You can just get the source code import it in your local project and work on it as and however you want. It provides project information, log document, cross-reference sources, mailing list, dependency list, unit test reports, etc. So now, guys, we in Maven, you can also, configure your JUnit and then have a unit test class file that tests every main class of yours. Whenever you have a new feature, you can have just one single JUnit of that, and then you can run it to see if that particular test case is working or not. So there are these things that make the life very much easier and saves a lot of time. So it is easy to migrate for new features of Maven. Guys, if you have ever created a Java project using the Eclipse IDE, you can convert it to a Maven project. Just try to look for this option, right click on the project and go to convert into a Maven project. And you can, see that there is a pom.xml file generated, which says that or which indicates that your project is no more a simple Java project. It is now a Maven project. We will talk more about pom.xml in our future sessions. We should always talk, right? If we are getting ready to use a tool or technology, we should always talk about what happens if this isn't there and what happens when this is there. So now, guys, we should always understand this difficulty or the differences between having a particular tool and not having it. So without Maven, we must manually add all the required set of jars to the projects created in frameworks like Spring, Struts, or Hibernate, which is a very painful process, guys. But in Maven, when you are having your project as a Maven project, just mentioning the dependencies in the pom.xml will auto download them from the respective repositories based on the versions that your project uses. If we are not using a Maven project and just going with a basic Java project, then we must create the right project structure. It is like, you have this source main Java, source main resources, and then if you're also trying to have this as a web application, you should have a web.xml, which is a deployment descriptor. So all this has to be rightly structured if you're not using Maven, because this structure is very much important when you are trying to build your project, and that might cause errors if the structure isn't right. But when you are creating a Maven project, the project creation itself handles everything. You do not have to go in and do something for that differently again. When you are creating a Maven project, the creation itself handles everything. We must have to build and deploy the project for that to work, because we have to do it right manually. We are adding the jars, we are doing the compile, we are doing the configure build path, and then we have to take it and deploy. But when you have the Maven configured for your project is a Maven project. The Maven lifecycle helps you to do the build very easily. We will talk about Maven lifecycle and the different processes, the automation process that Maven has given us in our next topics. Thank you very much, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already.